What's up, guys? Today's the day. We're gonna be test fitting some stuff on the GMC. I got my boy Truck Stuff, aka Josh, over here.
What's up?
He's gonna be showing you guys how to clean EGR. We're gonna show you how to remove it and just inspect it, and then we're gonna do the DPF and everything too. So we're gonna start probably there. We're gonna start with the.
We're gonna start on the exhaust, and in order to get two other parts of the exhaust, we gotta move to the engine and then back and forth a little bit. So it's kind of gonna jump around a little. Yeah,
it's gonna be jumping around. So yeah, stay tuned. Should be a pretty fun video. Getting truckload some jack stands. Love that jack, dude.
See how I told you to get it pretty good with that?
Yes, it does. My goodness. I think that'll probably fit under my Corvette too.
Yeah. That's what I really like about those. They're pretty low profile.
Yeah. Alright guys, so Josh has just pulled down the knock sensor and he's about to undo some of these temperature sensors.
This will be the DPF pressure differential tube harness and the temperature sensors. I'm trying to compartmentalize this whole thing so that everything goes back together really smoothly.
Yep.
It's hot on my belly.
You want to come my way? Come on. Come this way. And just like that, guys, we just cut the pipe. Now, Josh said we're not using clamps. He said if you're gonna put this back together, we're just gonna weld it.
Yeah. I don't like using clamps when you have a welder.
Yep, there you go. Do what the professional tells you to do. That's all I'm saying.
Now back over to the other side.
We just got out back half of the exhaust with the sensors and all this other crap on them. Man, look at all this stuff, man.
Yeah, you got knock sensors, DPF pressure differential sensors, temp sensors.
Yeah.
But what you notice on this is it one piece instead of like some of the other guys that you see that are just cutting here, cutting here, cutting here. Remember, we're going back together with this.
Yeah.
Stuff, so.
And like you said, the weld part is easy to fix too. So
it's a good time for us to take a look at the front of that DPF.
Yeah. You got a light? Actually, let me go grab a light real quick.
Yeah. Okay, you can see how dirty the face of this is. I don't see. Let me see this light. There's a little tiny bit of face plugging starting. That might be why you're going into regens all the time.
Really?
I don't see any progressive damage on the face. But what we can do, if we really wanted to, is pull out that knock sensor and stick a camera up there and inspect the back of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad on the front.
No, the front doesn't show much, but what happens on a lot of these is, so that substrate is wrapped in an insulating blanket, so to say. and then it's stuffed into the tube, and then they weld the caps onto the tube. What that insulating blanket also does is it prevents exhaust gas from going around the substrate. Now, we've seen on the Dodges a lot where that blanket doesn't seal like it should, and you can't see it on the face, but when you look at the tail, you'll see a whole dark section coming around that blanket, and that's where you end up with the P2459 regen frequency codes and stuff. So that's that.
Yeah, so now you guys gotta stay tuned for Josh's channel. He's gonna show you guys how to clean this the right way. He's gonna take it to a special factory. You know, I mean, we gotta look up the laws and regulations on how to clean this, right? So, yeah.
There's a couple companies that we've dealt with at the dealership where we remove DPFs, send them off for testing and cleaning if they test good. I'm on the fence on that because we've had some where we've cleaned them, put them back in the truck, they've gone 5,000 miles and have the same problems again. So how good is their testing? It's, you know, you're trying to measure. Let's look at this for a second. So this right here is your DPF pressure differential sensor. Okay, this sensor right here. It measures the pressure from post DPF to mid DPF. Now what it is actually doing is measuring how much it's taking to flow through the substrate. And if the blanket is in a position that it's leaking pretty close to that same channel that the pressure differential sensor is in, you're not going to get an accurate reading. In fact, we've seen where that blanket leaks on the other side, whatever, the pressure differential sensor doesn't see it, but we end up with a regen frequency code. So there's, on a Mopar, pretty much the same as whether it's Chevy Ford or Mopar, you end up with that frequency regen code. You've got three main things that contribute to that. One of them is going to be your DPF pressure differential sensor. The other is going to be your DPF itself, and the other can be your mass airflow sensors. So if your mass airflow sensors or your TMAP sensor are failing in range, you won't get a code, but you'll get obscure readings, it can throw regen frequency codes. So there's several different things to look at there.
So here's everything out of the truck. Now, the things you did not see in the video, you didn't see us pull this DLC out. And the up pipes, these are not going back in, but you didn't see us remove that. You'll see that in the next video. And then this part of the pipe, I don't think you guys saw that either. That's going to be the SCR, and of course this is that DPF here. With that being said, if you are looking to buy a truck and you're thinking about in the future wanting to remove your exhaust for cleaning purposes, you know, unfortunately GM is not the way to go. GM has that independent front suspension with the torsion bars, so unfortunately you really can't pull that exhaust out without really pulling more components out of the truck. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So you guys see right here, these are your torsion bars, and you guys see how they mount this onto the frame. So you would pretty much have to remove considerably more stuff if you didn't want to cut out your exhaust. So that's my humble opinion. If you're someone who's looking to do this by yourself, Ram and Ford are just better in regards to this. Just being completely honest with you. But obviously it's not the end of the world, and of course you can just weld it all back together for the most part. But there is the temporary exhaust, as we'll call it, right? That's a temporary exhaust right there. It's a 5-inch. You guys saw that? And it fit like a glove. So let's go ahead and kind of roll back here. Now, as I said, in the next video I will show you guys basically the EGR removal for cleaning. Sorry about this. Kind of hard to roll and point the camera, but yeah, there's the 5-inch exhaust. Fits perfectly. And a little bit further back here, you'll see the tailpipe right there. But yeah, everything went in perfectly. But removing everything was a chore. And because you have those big pipes with all the emission stuff, it's really next to impossible. Like, we almost got out the DPF without cutting. I believe it was a DPF. And you'll see that in Josh's videos. He did his best to try to make it easy as possible, because obviously this is not a maintenance item that you remove, right? So yeah, hope you guys like the video. I think that hopefully they do make it available for us to take this crap off our trucks. Like, this is very maddening, guys. Like, I'm telling you, I was like having like blackouts. I was getting so angry because this stuff doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. It's so freaking stupid. And anyone that's okay with this, they don't drive trucks. They don't own diesels. And so yes, let me go get my tape measure, and I just want to measure this real quickly because I said I was, and then I'll end the video. So for this part of the exhaust, let's see, it is, I should go get my wife. This is a little tough, but we'll make it work. So that's, wow, that's 3.5 inches. What? That's interesting. Let's see about, let's do this up pipe actually. So for the up pipe, I mean, we'll call that 4 inches. And in case you care to see, for the up pipes, they do have larger diameter. And I would call that 2 inches. So if you do want more diameter on these, that is available. I will be doing some more videos in regards to upgrades. So if you want to upgrade your up pipes, there's some things that you need to know before you buy them. And same thing goes for the down pipe. I am working with DieselR Corp on maybe like doing some more down pipe options, and we'll discuss that in more detail. So hope you guys like the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure your notifications are on. See you guys soon.